home right now, but I gotta make this Q&A video for you real quick because this is a good point to consider. I'm not gonna say his name, but a cool subscriber asked me a question on Facebook saying, "Hey, what would you have done, Keith? I sold a job to a customer lady that I never met in person, but she was crazy, and I trimmed all her shrubs and all this stuff, agreed to a price over the phone, and then she looked at it and she wasn't happy. She wanted him to trim the shrubs down much lower and do all the stuff that was unhealthy for the shrubs, but she was very adamant, and that's the way she wanted it done, which was to over trim everything way too deep, which is unhealthy for the shrub, right? So he gave her what she wanted, and the shrubs are probably like dying and turning brown and the wrong thing, but that's what she wanted, right? He's like, well, I got the money. He was embarrassed that he did the work like that, but that's what she wanted. He got the money, she got what she wanted. He's done. Okay, what would you have done in that situation if the customer is telling you this is the way I want it, and I'm being adamant, and you're like, okay, I'll give you what you want. If you want me to trim that shrub down to look like crap. But here's the thing. In the beginning of my business, when I really needed a job and I needed the money, I would give the customer what they want. Even a couple years into my business, I would over trim a tree and keep making it higher and higher or whatever to make the customer happy, because some customers are nuts, dude. Some of them are outright nuts. They are like crazy and OCD, and they want you to trim more and more, a little to the left, a little to the right, a little bit here. Oh my God. And it's your job as the professional. If you know in your heart of hearts, or at least your experience level in landscaping or trimming stuff, hey, I'm not going to over trim that because I don't want that thing to die, right? I'm not going to over trim that thing because I know that's unhealthy for that plant. So you tell the customer, no, that's a blue princess holly. You're actually supposed to hand prune that, and even though you wanted me to trim it, that's fine. I can't trim it too deep because if I cut too deep into the foliage, then there's no protection. It'll die. It'll get burnt from the sun. Insects will get it. It'll shock the plant. Whatever that may be, you really have to put your foot down and say, no, I'm not going to trim it that much because it's unhealthy for the plant. And I'm here to look out for you. You're hiring me because I'm the expert, and I'm looking out for you and for your plants or your shrubs and telling you, and I understand that's what you want, but I'm just not going to do it. And if you do that, the funniest thing will happen. It's very counterintuitive. It's not about money. It's about being of service to the customer and leading them to a place that they're unable to lead themselves. That's why they called you, to lead them to a place, whether it's to give them a result or to advise them on not to destroy their freaking shrubs, whatever that may be. I know I'm talking a lot because I'm trying to hit it from different angles, and I'll just get to the point. They will be resilient, and they'll actually respect you more and thank you and hire you again and refer you to other people because you put your foot down and we're a professional. It's easy to say now because I've been through this crap. I've made the mistakes. I trimmed a guy's tree once like so freaking high. Ow, I just hit my head on my own dresser. It didn't even hurt. I was like laughing anyway. That's great. But anyways, I trimmed a guy's tree up so high and so thin. I mean, it looked kind of stupid. And we were like, eh. And he did ask me at the end. He goes, now, Keith, I told you to trim the tree like it is now, right? And I know I went on and on and on. I kept telling you to trim it more and more and more and more. And you did, right? I said, yeah, because that's what you wanted, even though I told you that that's what we really shouldn't do. But you really, really wanted it, and you wouldn't leave me alone about it. I know. But let me ask you a question. Now the tree, it looks so fucking stupid, right? He didn't say that, but I'm just saying that because it did look kind of stupid. No, actually, I thought, whatever. It looked a little too highly trimmed. And anyways, anyways, I stood there with my face red looking at the guy's tree. I'm like, yeah, he's right. He's like, how come you didn't put your foot down? You are the professional, and tell me no, Keith, and stop me. I said, you know why? Because I'm a pussy and I needed the money real bad. That's why. Because I'm not a professional. I'm just being a pussy. I just really need your money really bad so I can pay my bills. That's what I did to the customer, right? And the customer still calls me every year and everything's fine and the tree grew back. But you see what I'm saying? What is the deeper underlying issue? That is it. If you don't have any money in the bank, you're gonna do stupid shit to get money and get your bills paid. It's very hard to make the distinction of the and that's where and I'm going to get to the next step here. Creating clauses in your business, contingency plans, writing things down that says, I have an $85 minimum. I will never do this ever again. This is what our business does. Or do you get what I mean? A little more each next year in business. And the farther and farther you go, you learn more and more lessons and you get more and more professional. I personally in my business have a long way to go where I'd already be a multi-millionaire, right? And that's why I'm talking to brand new guys, because the guys who are already, like some of my favorite authors, that might be at the top of the game. You read a book from or watch a program or YouTube video of like Mark Cuban and who's that other guy? The guy with the spaceship launch. I can't even think of his name. But these billionaires. When you listen to them, you're like, okay, so I'm not going to learn how to be a billionaire listening to Steve Jobs or Gates, because you get what I'm saying. There's a disconnect there. So anyways, that's my answer to that question. Peace.